I became a Christ follower at a very young age. Basically I brought up in the church and been following it to my knowledge most of my life. I became a handyman because I worked closely with my father throughout the years, and there's nothing that he did that I wasn't present with him. If he would tell me, put on a roof, he would make sure I'm there, either handing him nails, showing me how to hammer it. So everything there is in my life, I've done masonry, I've done carpentry, I've done ditch work, ditching work, if you can say that. But everything he said, I want to make sure I teach you what I know. So therefore you can't say you don't have a skill. And I thought back then, being a young man, what I'm learning this for? But if I think back, he taught me a trade. As you say, you don't just feed a guy, you teach him how to fish. So therefore he becomes a fisherman to feed himself. I used the same concept with my father. He didn't say, well, I'm going to put on a roof. He said, this is how we're going to do it. So therefore I became handy. And right now, all those things that I learned in my past have somebody helped me do that. Grub and Go is a team, I would say, of organized men who want to do good for God. And we do everything from installing faucets to installing water heaters. I meet a lot of men at the Grub and Go, and they do not know how to do a job. But together, by putting our mind together collectively, we can go out and we can tackle anything. And that's how we look at it. But most of the time, it's not about the repair, it's about the recipient or the homeowner's needs. Sometimes just showing up is a testimony enough for her to say, someone cares. And end up, God cares about me enough to send you men over just to say hi. And most of the time we might end up praying with the recipient, even without doing any repairs. So that's what it's all about. It's not about the repairs, it's not about anything, it's about the fellowship. Every person has a mission. Every day you get up and you're grateful just being alive. Or you find people who are in worse shape than what you are. And I give thanks every single day. Of course, you find people in worse shape than what I am. So you want to help them out. And if you're quiet enough, the Lord speaks with you every single second in order for you to do what you do. Every single day I get a blessing. Every time I wake up, there's a blessing. Every time I talk with someone, there's a blessing. You've got to make yourself available. We say, well, I don't have time. There's always time. I don't think there's anyone more busy than Arlie. Like I say, and I'm not boasting. Again, delivering home by meals, volunteering to VA, and I again, doing the Grub and Go. I take care of my mom, and I take care of my siblings. I take care of my household. So you feel like there's not enough time, there's always time. You just gotta want to do it. Make yourself available. If you just try doing a good deed, you help people who are unable to help themselves. So just making yourself available, you do wonderful wonders just by being present. My feeling is once you are a Christian or say that you're a Christian, there aren't any boundaries. There are nothing that you cannot do. And everybody has this story. I can tell you, if we just sit down and quiet, I can just go from one story to another, and every story is unique. Every person is unique that you get to touch. Because one thing that's touched the heart of one person doesn't even rattle another person. So it's just amazing. Just by showing up sometime on some of these recipients' door, it's so heartfelt that they have a very hard time containing themselves. If you surrender your life and your love and your heart to God, He's gonna fulfill it. It's just like an open vessel. If we're holding on to everything, He cannot do anything. But once you open your arms and let Him come in and you surrender, He fills that emptiness with all of His love. I've been out of work. I've had my ups and downs. I've had the sickness. But if you always trust and believe, He always rewards you. He always heals you. Always does what needs to be done. So I have to believe. I always have to know that He's going to do what's best for us. We say, I can do all things through God who strengthens me. He gives you strength every day, every single day. Why not use that to the utmost? That's why I do what I do. And if there's still life in my body, maybe I will go out on a blaze of glory just trying to do good.